Hey, welcome back to STR Unfiltered, everybody. I'm Bill Faith, founder of Build Short-Term Rental Wealth. Thank you for joining me today. Today, we're going to talk about property evaluation. And as you can see in the title of the podcast, there's got to be something special. This is so critical when we are looking to invest into properties. And what I mean by that is that could be purchasing a property. Doesn't matter if it's a single family home, boutique hotel, whatever it is. It could also be if you're in the co-hosting space and you're looking to take on a co-hosting client. We need a place to hang our hat. Those of you that are not watching on YouTube, I just took my hat off. You can catch this episode and all the STR Unfiltered and STRnomics on the Build STR Wealth YouTube channel. So what makes something special? I'm just going to kind of walk through in progression with you and I'll go back. I don't want to rehash everything I went through in my Montana property when I purchased it. And if you're watching on YouTube, that's why I got my Sims fly fishing gear, my Montana flies hat. I'm ready to go fly fishing. I actually want to head out to the lake tonight and work on my casting, but I digress. When I did show up to see with my wife my Montana property, and if you haven't heard me say this before, I walked in the front door. I saw the huge swath of windows on the back of the house. It was snow everywhere outside, but I could see the river. I could see the beaver dam that was stopping up the lake. I could see the lake. I could see the Canadian Rockies all the way into Canada past the lake. And it was just the most breathtaking view, and it's everything that I've ever wanted in a Montana property. Just to be able to walk out the back door and have my fly rod and throw it right into the river. I could have done that at that time too. That was December 21st of 2022. I don't even have to have waders. I can stand on the grass. I can wade. It gets down, it's roughly around 3 feet deep out there as well. But it was just so breathtaking. And then I was just there last week for my Montana retreat and hosted everybody out on Tuesday night for dinner. And they got to see how breathtaking it was. So that is my marketing anchor. That is what I'm putting everything on. And if you know the story, I stood in front of the windows before walking outside because it was about 8 degrees. And I didn't even make it up to the second floor. I didn't see the 2 bedrooms. I didn't see the loft. I didn't see the bathroom. I guess I didn't give a shit because I knew I was buying the house for me personally because of the view, because of the river in the backyard. And it's not like 100 yards or a quarter of a mile. It's in the backyard. It's 40 feet from the back deck. So that's what I was hanging my hat on. That's the marketability. I have everything to be able to market that other people don't. Most other short-term rentals, and I've enemy method. Thank you, Avery Carl, for teaching everybody how to do the enemy method. I've been through Verbo. I've been through TripAdvisor. I've been through Airbnb. Nobody has what I have. Nobody does. They have river, but they're up on a bank and it's like 20 or 30 feet down. Nobody's that I could find has the ability to stand in their backyard, literally could have the Traeger smoker going and be 25, 30 feet away with a fly line fly fishing. That is a legit marketability. And you think that that's only marketable to people that fly fish. It's not. The river's calm. It's beautiful. It's like true Montana. I've got 2 kayaks. I've got 2 paddle boards. I've got a swim dock. I literally have a lake 125 yards, maybe 150 yards up the river to where people can go rent boats, do all the lake stuff. There's a bar and a restaurant on the other side of my property, about 100 yards away. I've literally got, within 5 miles, there's like 11 lakes and 42 trails to ATV on, to ride horses on, to hike on. It's got everything. It's Silicon Valley for an outdoorsman. I did add a hot tub. I'm adding a barrel sauna. I've got a milkshake bar. I've got a coffee bar. I've got all the things that I talk about. I probably didn't need the barrel sauna. I probably don't need the milkshake bar or the coffee bar, to be honest with you, because really all I need is the river. And what the point that I'm trying to make here for all of you is we can't buy average, specifically in today's market. We have to have something that stands out. And I'm talking truly unique. My beach property, it's called Dragonfly in Gulf Shores. It's the #1 revenue producing property that I have in my entire portfolio. I bought the lot in early 2020. It took me like 4 months to close. I missed 2020 summer, which sucks. I'd sold my previous house in December of 2019 before COVID started, and COVID hit, and it took longer to construct. I didn't get done until Thanksgiving. But in 2022 actually, we did $357,000 in revenue for a tier 2 property, not beachfront. Unheard of in that market for a tier 2 property. That's like seaside numbers, right? This is Gulf Shores, Alabama. Great house, new construction, pool, bikes, once again, coffee bar, all those amenities. But the difference is there's 4 open lots in front of us. Nobody in Gulf Shores, nobody, really pretty much nobody in Destin, nobody in Miramar, nobody in Watercolor, Seaside, Seagrove, nobody's tier 2 with unencumbered views. They're so hard to find. I'm sure there's a few, but there's definitely nobody in Gulf Shores. Tier 2 with unencumbered views. That was the key. So I was there looking to buy the lot. I flew down with my good friend Bill. He bought the house 2 doors down. He has unencumbered views. He's got a 5.5 with a pool. I think we did like 250, 260 for him in his first year. So the only reason I can do 357 is I get to market it as almost beachfront because I have views like I'm on the beach. Sure, you have to cross West Beach Boulevard, but you don't have to go to a crosswalk. You don't have to walk 100 yards or 200 yards. Boom, right across the lots. And here's the deal. This is where I talk about with that deep research. I had my attorney find out, because everybody knows everybody that's actually local down there, had him find out that those 4 lots are in a trust that are being left to grandchildren. And it's going to be probably at least a good 9 to 10 years before anybody's old enough to even think about developing or selling those lots to be developed. So that's property number 2. That's why I'm able to really outperform other properties of similar bedroom counts, right? So let's fast forward. Let's go to Banner Elk, North Carolina. Kenny Bedwell from STR Insights found a hole in the market, or an underserved component in that market. That was like 14 occupancy and higher. Tyler Kuhn from Savvy Realty helped me procure a 6-bedroom with a guest house, a 3-car garage that I turned into a game room with the bathroom, and it has HVAC. It's climate controlled. Still have another garage down underneath that garage. The guest house has 2 full bedrooms, full kitchen, laundry, family room. The 2 bedrooms have en suites with them, 2 closets in each bedroom. It's crazy how nice it is. The 3-car garage now has a movie theater in it. It's got a pool table. It's got shuffleboard. It's got a ping pong table. It's got arcade games. It's got darts. It's got and once again, it's got a refrigerator, and it also has a bathroom. We haven't even started talking about the main house yet, but all of that stuff gives me added value. Did I tell you it's at the top of a mountain in Banner Elk with like 50-mile long-range views? Did I tell you that it sits on 2 acres, has an enormous backyard, probably has a $200,000 to $300,000 rock steps that are going down to this ginormous fire pit. It's propane fire pit, but it's huge. I mean, it's breathtaking in the photos. It's got a hot tub. Down at the bottom, it's got 3 levels. It's got 3 family areas. It's got a loft with a family area on the second floor. It's got a family area and a sunroom where we put our coffee bar on the main floor. Downstairs is where the laundry is. It's got 2 bunk rooms, bathroom. It's got a whole nother sitting area with a television and a fireplace down there. So the marketability is the views, the size, the location, the guest house, the ginormous game room with everything in it, the huge fire pit. Literally, I had people stay and, just so they could sled in the backyard during the winter. I had people stay so they could actually do slip and slide. And did it kill the grass? Yes. Do I give a shit when somebody's paying $1,500 a night? No, it'll grow back in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm fine with that. Right? So it's all these added things that you have to visualize when you're evaluating a property and how you're going to take something from doing 50,000 to 100,000 or 150 to 200 or 275 to 325. If it's just standard, construction and even if it's nice. And don't get me wrong, all of these houses are very, very nicely designed. My wife is a tremendous interior designer. and we do a great job. But the more that I have to work with outside, the less I have to spend inside. My Montana property, I've spent way more outside than I have inside. I added the deck, I added the hot tub, I added a barrel sauna. Personally, I'm probably going to add a garage so I can get some snowmobiles in there and a side-by-side and, a fly fishing boat, stuff like that. That doesn't impact the rentals. But the other thing that I have the ability to do is I could add 2 tiny homes on the property. There's already 2 RV pads if I wanted to have RV pads, and they're far enough back to where I literally could segregate what the primary house has access to. So it gives me multiple types of functionality, right? My lake property that I bought, it was Golden Girls, and we completely, I don't want to say gutted it, but renovated, put about $100,000 in the property, added a fire pit, cut down some trees to where we have the best view on the lake, and we're right in the heart of the lake. That's what I'm selling, is the location, the views, what people can do when they're there. I put in green lights, so we have incredible bass fishing, and the pictures of the 4, 5, 6 pound bass that our guests have caught does the selling. So it opens up to more buyer personas that I can actually market to. So when you are evaluating properties, number one, before you make an offer, you need to know how you're going to market that property. And I'm not just talking about hot tubs. You can't go into the Smokies and just say, okay, I'm going to have a hot tub and a fire pit, and I'm going to turn this, 10 by 10 bedroom into a game room and throw 2 arcade games, and a Papa Shot in there. That's not going to compete. There's some neighborhoods in the Smokies that you have to have like an indoor pool and a 3-car garage with a $100,000 game room where you can't compete. So you've got to do the enemy method and see what you're going to have to ascend to. When you're evaluating the property, you need to really factor in your ideas of what you're going to implement. The Kentucky property that I actually backed out on, that was the whole thing where I'm going to put 3 to 4 golf holes around the lake outside, a golf simulator inside, take a massive 5,000 square foot garage and create a bar, a movie theater, a golf simulator area inside. All these things have a private fire pit, a little 2-car garage. I was going to create a smoking and a bourbon tasting room, that type of stuff. These are things that tie into the buyer personas that most people don't think about. The days of being able to have a nice house that's nicely designed without all this other shit doesn't work. Those are the ones that are sitting empty, or they're having to compete on price right now. And I do not want you to compete on price. This is not just when you're purchasing a property, folks. You need to evaluate your property right now. So your pricing may be overpriced because your property is not high enough demand, and you might need to make some upgrades and changes to your property to be able to command the highest pricing. So this evaluation process is when you're going to purchase and also when you own, because you should be auditing the validity of your property, the marketability of your property, and also the financials of your property every 6 months. Thanks for joining me on this episode of STR Unfiltered, folks. This is brought to you by Market My STR. MarketMySTR.com is where you can check out the first ever completely built for short-term rental hosts like you and me, all-in-one marketing platform. Email marketing, social media marketing, your direct booking pages, everything you need, text marketing, live chat, ghosted or secret phone numbers to where you don't have to use your private phone number. It's got so much stuff, and it's on sale right now. The lowest pricing for the founders. We just launched it a few weeks ago. We've got a couple hundred members on the platform already. It will make your life easier because it's going to simplify your marketing because it's all under one roof. That's Market My STR at marketmystr.com. Happy hosting, everybody.